been learning about value investing, finance, just regular investment for a while now, but you don't know where to go next. You're getting confused about the vast amount of information on the internet. You don't want to waste your time on crap information. You want good information and reliable information. In this series of videos on value investing and finance education, you will find those answers to those questions and much more. My name is Jason Rivera. Welcome to Value Investing and Finance Education. Hey, Jason here. Today I have a funny story to tell you that will help you avoid potential scams and rip-off companies. So earlier I get a call. I'm not going to name the company this guy was working for. I have nothing against the company. I don't know really much about them other than I think I signed up for their mailing list 10 plus years ago. They call me every once in a while with potential small cap, nano cap, tiny company stocks, ideas. They've called me at this point probably once a year, every year for the past however many years, pitching me some stocks or trying to pitch me some stocks, ideas. And because I love micro caps, nano caps, whatever, I'll at least usually listen to them and get the stock ticker so I can do my own analysis. This guy calls me today, says, hey, are you still interested in smaller companies? Yeah. But everything's overvalued right now, so I'm not really buying. Well, I've got a great company for you that we just signed up today that pays a 16% dividend. Does that interest you? And I start laughing. I say no, because that company most likely has massive issues if it's paying a 16% dividend. He's caught off guard by this, and he hesitates a couple seconds, and then he says, but they don't have any real issues. I start laughing again. Because I'm polite, I say, no thanks, not interested, and that ends the call. I could tell he's frustrated, and again, I'm not being mean to him, and I'm not being mean to the company. He's a salesman just trying to do his job, whatever. I have no issues with him whatsoever. But little does he know, small caps, nano caps, micro caps are my specialty. I love evaluating those kind of tiny situations. Second of all, he doesn't know that 3 years ago now, I literally evaluated with a potential business partner every single REIT. Oh, this company was a REIT, by the way, too. So to go back a little bit, because I forgot I skipped this, he said that it's a REIT, so it has to pay his justification for the 16% dividend was it's a REIT, so it has to pay out 90% of its cash flow, or I think its profits, as a dividend, which REITs do. However, when any stock, doesn't matter if it's a REIT or not, pays a 16% dividend, it's because there are major issues. 100% of the time. Major issues. Because if the stock didn't have major issues, it would be selling at a higher share price, which means its dividend yield would be lower. It would not be 16%. The reason it's 16% now is because the market or people realize these issues that are buying the stock, and they're only buying it if they're getting that 16% dividend yield to make up for the risk involved in the company. However, again, little does this guy know, nano caps, micro caps are my specialty, and I had evaluated every single REIT 3 years ago and know that they were massively overvalued, had massive amounts of debt, held horrible assets, or some combination of these three. Every single one we evaluated, I think they were specifically the ones we evaluated were in the commercial real estate space. So I'm speaking directly to this industry, not necessarily the other REITs industries. But in this industry, every single one was terrible. There were some where if they could be bought and then a bunch of their crap assets sold, they would be decent if you know how to run things. But other than that, they were all terrible. So this guy was super frustrated. And again, I hold no malice. I wasn't getting any joy out of being not impolite, because I was still polite, but not, I didn't even mean to laugh. It just kind of came out as because I knew what was coming. And so today's tip, if you hear somebody say it's paying a 16% dividend yield, run away. If you also hear that somebody is saying this 16% dividend yielder has no issues, you need to run away as far as you possibly can from that situation. That situation is going to be a bad company. Going to be a bad company. The market, while I believe in inefficiency in the market, it's not that inefficient where people don't absolutely know what they're doing unless the company's like $2 million, something like that, $5 million, $10 million, where the market knows nothing. Again, outside of a recessionary kind of period. We're not in a recessionary type period right now. Everything is massively overvalued. So this will help you avoid scammers. And again, I'm not saying this guy's a scammer, he's a salesman, just trying to do his job that his company told him to do. But here are 2 tips. 16% dividend yield by itself, no issues with this stock or this company by itself, but when they're combined, when separately, you need to run away from that situation. But if they're combined, the person doesn't know what they're doing. If they're telling you that there's no issues with the situation, and that they have to pay out that, which again they still do by law, but the market is not that dumb to put that kind of dividend yield on a company if it's a good company and good investment. So I had to share this funny story with you, and again, help you avoid some potential issues as well. I'd love to hear your stories about potential investment scams you heard of, potential major red flags that you heard of. This is a massive red flag. If somebody ever says there's no risk, essentially no issues in this case, you need to run away from them. There's always risk in every situation. There's risk in buying Microsoft, and they're $1 trillion company right now. They're one of the safest companies on earth, and they're $1 trillion company, and they still have risks. So if somebody tells you there's no risk or no issues in a situation, get away from them. Again, and I don't mean to rag on this guy. He's a salesman. He probably doesn't know anything about financial analysis or anything whatsoever. But the company does, or they should at least. And if the company is really pitching this company and they know what they're doing, they're horrible people. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I have no proof that they are doing that. But if they are doing that, that's horrible. Because essentially you're tricking people into a terrible company and a pump and dump stock. So, but again, I have no proof of that. I'm not saying this company is doing that. That is a situation you have to watch out for microcaps with, though. So, hope these quick tips helped. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of levity and laughter. Again, I didn't mean to laugh at this guy. It just kind of came out as he was talking, and it flustered him, and I felt a little bit bad about that, but not really. But I hope this helps, and I'd love to hear your stories about potential investment scams somebody tried to rope you into as well. That'd be pretty funny, and bring some levity on this Friday. So thanks a lot. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye.